Hello everybody, my name is Arizona and I own Phoenix PW Crafting. Today I came on here to show you guys this new pattern that I made. Today I'm going to be showing you step by step how to make a Great Ball Pokeball. Before we get into the actual tutorial, I do want to do a little bit of housekeeping. The first thing that I wanted to say is that there is a written pattern in the description box below if you are someone who needs it written out. I do ask that if you prefer the written version that you still leave a like or let this video play in the background, as that way it supports my channel and I can continue doing things like this. The next thing that I wanted to address is that during this tutorial I'm going to be using a lighter shade of blue. This is so that you guys can see better. I typically prefer to do a darker blue because I feel like that is more in line with the anime and the games. Next on the list is that this is not a tutorial for a completely new crocheter. You do need to know the basics of crocheting, and I will put the terms and kind of skills on the screen right now that you might need in order to complete this pattern. Additionally, if you feel like this tutorial is too slow or too fast, YouTube does actually have built-in settings, and there's like a little cogwheel on your screen. You can speed me up or slow me down. But otherwise, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, you can let me know in the comment section below, and I normally am pretty good about answering back quickly. Now we are going to move on to talking about the materials that you will need to make this little guy. So the first thing that you're obviously going to need is yarn. You need it in 4 colors: red, blue, black, and white. Next up on the list, you would need a darning needle and a stitch marker if you use one. You also need a crochet hook. Today I am using a 3.75mm crochet hook, as well as size 4 yarn. And lastly, you need a bit of polyfill. Without further ado, let's start from the top. We are going to be creating this project from the top down, so we are going to be starting in blue, and for round 1 we are going to be doing 6 single crochet into a magic ring. For round 2, we are going to be increasing all the way around, and you will have 12 stitches at the end of this round. For round 3, single crochet in the first space and an increase in the second. Repeat this pattern 6 times all the way around, and you will have 18 stitches at the end of this round. Round 4 is going to be a single crochet in each of the first 2 spaces and an increase in the third. You're going to repeat this pattern all the way around, and you'll have 24 stitches at the end of this round. Round 5 is the most complicated round because this is where we begin to add the red sections. In blue, you're going to single crochet in each of the first 3 spaces. In your third single crochet, that last yarn over you're going to use to go ahead and color change to red. In red, you are going to have an increase, and then 3 single crochet, and then another increase. In the end of that second increase, you are going to go ahead and color change back to blue. In blue, you are going to do 3 single crochet, and then an increase, and then another 3 single crochet. At the end of the last 3 single crochet, you are going to color change back to red. In red, you are going to be doing a increase, 3 single crochet, and another increase. At the end of the second increase, you're going to be color changing back to blue. In blue, you are going to be doing 3 single crochet and ending this round with an increase. Make sure you do your preferred method of securing all 3 of your ends, the 2 red ones and the blue magic ring beginning tail. If you've done it correctly, each of the blue sections of your round will have 8 stitches total, and each of the red sections will have 7 stitches. In total, there should be 30 stitches in this round. For round 6, we are going to be doing 4 single crochet and then an increase. Repeat this pattern 6 times and you will have 36 stitches at the end of this round. Rows 7 through 10, you are going to be single crocheting around once in each space for 36 stitches each round. You will do this for a total of 4 rounds. In the last stitch of round 10, you are going to be color changing to black, and you are going to do rounds 11 and 12, which is 2 rounds of just single crochet all the way around. In the last stitch of row 12, you are going to be color changing to white. For rows 13 through 16, you are going to be doing more just single crocheting all the way around. That will be for 4 rounds. Make sure you go ahead and secure the color changing ends in your preferred method. Row 17 begins our closing of our project, so you are going to do 4 single crochet and then an invisible decrease all the way around until you have 30 stitches. Row 18 is going to be 3 single crochet and then an invisible decrease all the way around, and you will have 24 stitches at the end of this round. Row 19 is going to be 2 single crochet and then an invisible decrease all the way around, and you'll have 18 stitches at the end of this round. Go ahead and add the majority of the stuffing that you want to add to your project. For round 20, we are going to be doing 1 single crochet and then an invisible decrease. You will have 12 stitches at the end of this round. Round 21 is going to be our last round. We are just going to do an invisible decrease all the way around. To finish off our project, we are going to do a slip stitch back to the first stitch of the round, cut a tail, and use it to weave in and out of that closing circle and make sure it is completely closed. Now we are going to begin creating the button. So in white, you are going to create a magic ring, and for round 1, we are going to do 6 single crochet into that magic ring. For round 2, we are going to do an increase all the way around, and you will have 12 stitches at the end of this round. At the end of round 2, you are going to be doing a color change to black. Round 3 is going to be a slip stitch all the way around and back to the beginning of the round, so 13 total slip stitch. You need to cut a bit of a longer tail, as this is what you will be using to sew the button to the project. Tie knots in the 3 of the shorter ends that you're not using for sewing. For assembly, we are going to insert our crochet hook about 3 stitches away from the color change line. We are going to exit the color change at the color change line and then pull through the 3 shorter tails. When sewing on the button, you are going to cover up the color change line, but it's not going to be centered on the color change line, because if you notice, the red lines at the top are a little bit shifted to the left of the color change. So you need to be conscious of the fact that you are going to be coloring up those shifting lines, but also ultimately it needs to be centered at a point in which it aligns with the 2 red lines above it. When you are sewing, make sure that you are only putting your needle under the 2 loops that are for the slip stitches and not the whole button. This is so that those loops get pulled to the outside and you get a 3-dimensional effect by the white sections being pushed forward. When you are happy with your sewing, you are going to exit at the same point as the other tails with the needle, and then you are going to tie the 2 black yarn strands together and trim your tails. You can use the blunt edge of your scissors to push the trimmed tails back into the Pokeball. Well, that's going to be it for me today, guys. I hope you love your new project, and additionally, if you do, I do have a whole series that I'm doing right now of a bunch of different Pokeballs. Some others that I've already created patterns for is a regular Pokeball, a Premier Ball, a Love Ball, and a Master Ball. If you have ideas for future tutorials, please let me know in the comment section below. Otherwise, please like and subscribe for more content like this, and I will see you in the next video.